Hello and welcome, it's Lucarius here, and today I'm going to be going over Temple Grounds. It's going to be a comprehensive list of most of the tricks that you can do here in Temple Grounds to get yourself around. These are tricks that I would recommend mentees to learn because they are beginner level enough that you could use them in most of your races. First off, we're going to go over here, double bomb jump on top of this block after you've moved it with light beam, of course. Gets you up here, little beginner trick. Also, I will be using menu mod for this to give and take items from myself so we can have a more realistic view of how these tricks are performed. So don't be surprised if you see me cheating around a little bit. So with the space jump boots, this little nub right here on the top right, so about right over there, there's a standable. So you can jump up this and then also up on this collision. This is if you don't have light beam to move this block, you can still go up there and then up there to get yourself up. Alright, that's all for landing site, I believe. So we are going to move on. The hive areas over here do not have any tricks related to them. So, yeah, no need to go through that. There is Dark Missile Trooper. Please know that you can kill him very easily with both light beam, supers. Power bomb is very effective as well. Just do not use Annihilator all in. You will push him into the wall and he will go out of bounds and then you can't pick up the item anymore. Alright, next trick. Industrial site. Here you can 3 bomb jump over this gate. If you do 3 bombs, you will have enough height to get over this. Another way of getting over this is by using space jump and then screw attacking across. You can also open this gate from the other side by scanning it from here and then shooting a missile right here in between where the 2 locks are to open the gate. Alright, next trick. We're gonna go take away my space jump. Alright, so to get up this, you can do a double bomb jump. However, this one is quite hard. It is possible to do it like this, but it is a little bit harder to get up there. I like to do it from here. This collision right here where I'm standing is a little bit higher. And I like to go 1, 2, and then to the left, because I don't want to be jumping on this. This is higher up. So up from here, and then you're bomb jumping up there, basically. It gives you a little bit extra height. There's a trick here you can do with the crate by slope jumping up this, on top of this corner, and then on top of this crate. I don't think it's very worth for mentees to learn. I believe it is better to just go around the room the vanilla way, because it is about as fast. Alright, I'm going to give myself space jump boots for now. To get up here real quick. Another thing is the rooms here towards transport to Aegon. There's no tricks involved in those rooms. Nothing you need to learn. Next up, we're gonna go over here. First thing that comes to mind is to go to Dark World here. Playing the Dark Worship doesn't really have any tricks related to it. You can screw attack across play the Dark Worship. To be safe, you need about 3 E-tanks worth. For beginners, I would say about 5 to 6 if you want to really be safe. Going to get rid of these spiderlings. Next up, here in Temple Assembly site, I'm going to take away my spaceship boots real quick, is Task Jump. This is a really important one for the mentees because you're going to be starting in main engine controller. So, first up, if you want this item and you do not have space jump or bombs, you're gonna have to go over here and use this ledge to slope jump up on top of this block, just like that. You're gonna have to get a feel for it. This one is quite hard, and it's really all about the timing here. Even I am not very consistent at it, as you can see. I can get it a couple of times. But the timing is definitely key here. You want to not immediately jump when you hit the slope over here. But you don't want to be jumping too late either, because then you'll lose all of your speed. So timing is king for this one. Is there any other tricks in this room? I do not believe so. Alright, so I'm going to continue on. You can scan this, lower this. If you have bombs, obviously, by the way, you can just bomb jump up this block. Just like so. And then get up the task this way. Same goes for here. If you have bombs, you don't need to lower this crate. You can just bomb jump up here. Just like that. Next up, room over here. Important. Oh, I don't have any power bombs right now. Hold on. Let's give myself some power bombs. Expansions, some power bombs, some energy tanks, and some missiles might be important later. Right. 1 PB here. It's not really a trick, but more knowledge. And then you see this little bit of like dirt sticking out from the wall. Layer second PB here. This way it'll hit both this wall and this gate over here, so that it'll destroy both. Next room, communications area. You can bomb jump up here if you want. If you don't have bombs and you don't have space jump, what you can also do is, you see this little V formation right over here. That's what we're going to be jumping for if we don't have space jump. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump up over here on this corner. This is understandable. And then we're going to jump towards this V. If you jump left or right or anything, this collision is too high. This is a bit too far away. This right here is the perfect place for you to jump to, so you can get over to this item. Also important to note, that the second enemy in this room will also drop you something. So if you're out of power bombs, that second splinterling will give you something. And these dark pirates can also drop you power bombs. However, on the second layer here, there will be wasps. They don't drop anything, so do be careful with that. This gate, we can power bomb it to get rid of it, or we can screw attack through it to get rid of it. 2 methods. Then, over here, importantly, you can do a slope jump. What I like to do is make sure that I jump about a frame before I hit the wall over here, and then I hold up left. For me, this yields the best result usually, but you're gonna have to get a feel for this. This one is not fun. It's a little RNG. There we go, we got it. It's all about getting a good slope jump, which can be quite hard on this piece of wall over here. What this does is it lets you get up here, destroy the crate, and if this is an upgrade like a suit or an E-tank, an ammo expansion, anything of the like, you can collect it, trigger the cutscene that's over here on the right, which I just dashed into it. And then this crate will respawn, and then when you destroy it, you can pick this up twice. Same thing over here. There's a slope jump you can do. I like to go from about over here, where these 2 walls meet. And then slope jump up left. This gets you up here a lot faster. This makes sure you don't have to use the cannon and all that business over there. Let's see. Next room is just some bomb jumps. Right, then we have FTA over here. While this gate lowers, I'm going to give myself space jump boots again. So first up, you can destroy the turret over here. There. You can scan this hint from over here. What you do is while you walk up, you lock onto this and then you walk closer. And then you'll scan the hints. Right over here, we're going to destroy this guy. And let's say we don't have light suit over here, right? Light suit is not in our possession currently. So we cannot go up this light beam. What we can do is also turn off helmet opacity, please. Because if you have helmet opacity on, this trick becomes a lot harder. Because there will be a piece of helmet above our energy bar right now, which would not allow us to make this peak. So what we're going to do is, if you'll look at this tunnel, right? You see the tunnel? We're going to go 180 degrees from the tunnel. So literally straight forward should be this bit right over here. If you see on the map as well, we are straight in front of the tunnel. Then we're going to look up about as high as we can. Lock that with L. And then we're going to jump into the ceiling over here. And that's going to reveal the item to us that's up there. As you can see, that is a missile expansion. We're just gonna space jump up into the ceiling, and that should reveal the item to us. Again, if you have helmet opacity on, this is a lot harder to get. So please turn it off. It allows you to see more of the game. So off with it. For beginners, I do not recommend you to learn the dashes to go across Grand Wind Chamber. Quite frankly, they are a little bit hard. The E dashes especially are hard. The regular dashes are not so much hard. There's one hard one on the return way, and that's kind of the problem, because I've seen a lot of beginners get stuck on the opposite side of this room and then plummet down to their death a good 20 times while trying to get back, and then have to reset their progress. There's not really a save station around here either, unless you have access to the one in Great Temple. So while there are dashes here, there's an E dash you can do to get over to the other side, but there's also a dash you can do over here by standing on top of this bit, locking onto this and dashing towards the right, and then doing the same thing over here. We're gonna go on top of this little spire or whatever it is, and then dash to the right. These are dashes that you can do. This return dash right here is the problem. This one is quite hard to do. It's a little bit precise and a little bit tight, which is why I don't recommend mentees to be doing these dashes. Alright. Right, another trick in this room that I do believe is important is to get this item very easily. There's two methods of doing this. The first method, which is what I recommend the mentees to learn, is to go up here onto this little sticking out bit on this side of the room, yeah? We're gonna go up on it, and then you can see it's elevating me, right? All the way up till here, and now I am walking horizontally. I'm gonna walk until I go dip down a little bit. Here we can see I'm dipping down. You see I'm walking down this collision. So I'm gonna go down a little bit, and what that's gonna do is allow me to get a slope jump off of this collision right here. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to screw attack over to about the middle of this square section. This is the left wall that I'm looking at. This is the right wall that I'm looking at. And this right here is the middle of that section. I'm gonna try to screw attack over there and then cancel my last screw attack so that I kind of screw attack cancel my way up there. 2. And just like that, it bounces you to the right a little bit, but it gives you a standable here, which allows you to screw attack over to this middle bit. This is a trick that is a little bit precise and definitely requires a lot of training with the screw attack to get down. But I believe it is very valuable to learn, because having to do this puzzle vanilla just takes a good 5 minutes on top of your race time. So please take the time to learn this trick. Oh, see? It's very easy to overshoot. I do gotta give a warning that you should not screw attack further to the left than about the middle of that square that I was showing you. I'll demonstrate why you shouldn't do that. Say I screw attack all the way over to the left. Oh, actually that quite worked. But if I went any more to the left of this right here is a what we call a bad box. If you get caught up in it during a screw attack, you will be falling forever and you will have to reset. Over in this room, if you do somehow manage to make it over here while doing dashes, it's the same over here. You can lock onto this and then dash over to the left. The dash back is a little bit harder because you have to bend your dash forward. So we're going to go left up and then lock the speed. You can see that in the motion tracker, whatever it's called, on the left side of my screen right now. We're going to go left up and then lock the speed, the dash up. All right, next up. Right, I'm gonna have to warp from here because this block has not been moved. So let's go over to Hall of Honor Dead. That will be our next destination in Temple Grounds. Hall of Honor Dead, the puzzle, remember, the solution is 1132, which means the first spinner that you see on the left, spin it once until it clicks. So just like this. That's 1. Bomb out. Next one is 1. Up here. So we're gonna go 1. You can hear it click, right? Like, dunk, that's 1. 2. And 3. So 1, 1, 3, and then this last spinner is 2, and it'll auto-complete the puzzle. So, to get out of this room, because it is a lot easier to get into this room by going into meeting grounds and going up the tunnel and making your way over here. But then, if you don't have Seekers, you have to get out of here again. There's 2 methods for that. One is to slope jump back, or not slope jump, sorry, to just jump backwards, like this, and then instant morphing yourself into the tunnel. I believe this one is a little bit harder than the other method. There we go. But it requires less items, because the other method you can do is screw attacking into this tunnel by standing in front of the tunnel and then screw attacking into it. I believe that method is a little bit easier, but again, requires screw attack and requires knowing how to handle the screw attack a little bit more. Right. What else in terms of tricks? I believe that is most of the important tricks that I would like mentees to know in Temple Grounds. Let's make our way over to Sky Temple Grounds. Explain the Dark Worship Cursed Lake. There's not really any tricks to learn there. Reliquary Grounds in Reliquary. In Phazon Grounds, you have to remember that there's invisible platforms here that you can see with Dark Visor. You can also shoot them, even if you don't have Dark Visor. And I believe that is about it for those tricks. There's one last thing that I would like to teach everyone in Sky Temple Grounds, which is, of course, the wall crawl to get to Sky Temple key hints. This is a trick that is incredibly important, and even though it isn't out of bounds, so I know that it's probably for beginners a little more scary to try, I believe it is important. Also, there is a slope jump you can do over here to get up to this portal without needing screw attack or anything, in case you weren't aware of that. So you don't have to do this whole puzzle, you can slope jump on the wall over here. Now, there are a couple of ways of getting around this super missile door first. First off, you need probably Dark Suit to do this. If you don't have Dark Suit, I would not recommend this. 6 energy tanks is at least required for this. There's 2 methods of getting out of bounds over here. So we're going to stand inside of the cart. The first one is by using bombs. You can do I believe 3, maybe even 2 works. But 3 bomb jump, just like that. And then we're going to hold forwards and then backwards to get on top of this. So 1, 3, forwards, backwards, and then we are on top of this. If you're not quite as good with BSJs, or maybe you just don't like this method, there's also a method you can do with screw attack. As you can see right here, there's this claw. So if we jump on top of the cart from the backside, it is the claw that is to your left. This one right here has a little square. See this square right over here? If we screw attack into this square, it should most of the time get us on top of that claw. So we're gonna go up. Oh, don't bonk. Bonking's not good here. Up, up, screw attack, and it shall bonk us on top of here. Make sure you jump back onto this collision because it's a little bit higher up. Once you've made it on top of this collision with either method, you can jump. I usually like to jump to, you can see that there's like a bit of wall that goes down here. There's like a low point right there in the middle where these walls intersect. That's where I like to jump to. Jump, jump, make sure you get a max height jump. Over. I'm gonna hold right here. I want to make sure I'm in the Aether box to the right of that door that we can see right over there. When that door disappears, we're gonna go top right, about over here. And then we gotta fall on top of this door, right? So ideally, what I like to do is just stand over here and then make my way over to this door, right here. This will transition us, if we jump right now, to the next room. What can also happen is, let's say we don't transition. Sometimes the game will just randomly drop you, right? You're here on the floor, and now you're all stuck below the door. You can't get back up. Right over here, where this little sharp thing is an Aether box. So what we can do is mash B over here. And, well, we gotta wait until we get a jump, just like that. So that's why we gotta spam B. If we spam B, the moment that we are at the top of this floor, we're gonna get a jump. And the moment we get that jump, we're gonna go left into this wall right over here. Now you gotta do Aether jumps to get up. So right up, right up, right up, left, up, left. And then you can retry by jumping towards the door or falling towards the door, as you please. Transition into the next room. You can see it on the map here. You can see it on the minimap on the top right. After we've transitioned, it's safe to fall down. Make sure you stay transitioned to that room while you fall down. If you accidentally transition back, you have to do that backup that I just showed you. Now, we're going to move over to this super door. Same thing here. We're going to spam B until we get a jump. And then jump on top of this super door. I'll show you where I am right now. I'm right about on top of the super door. That was not a good spot, actually, so I'm going to redo that. We're going to jump until we get a jump up. And then we're going to try and jump on top of this super door. Forwards on top of the door. Also, if at any point you are scared about your health, there's pods in this other room over there, and there's pods in the room over here that you can shoot from out of bounds. I just jumped on the far side of this door to transition, as you saw. Right now we are on War Ritual Grounds. There's two things you can do. If you have Seeker Missile, you can warp in here. I'm going to make a save state, actually. I forgot that that's a thing on Dolphin. So, what you can do is jump up here. Bomb jump. And then drop through the ceiling. Actually, for this, you have to be transitioned to the other room, not the War Ritual Grounds. So, we're going to do that again. We're going to transition back to base access. So, first you want to reveal War Ritual Grounds like this. Then you want to transition back to base access by jumping on the base access side of the door. And we're going to jump on top of the collision of War Ritual Grounds, even though we are on base access. What this is going to do is make it so that we can jump through this ceiling. If it'll let us. There we go. And then what you have to remember is that you need to transition to War Ritual Grounds. So you need to touch the door like so. You see it on the minimap. We are now transitioned to War Ritual Grounds. And then you can proceed as usual towards the Seeker door over there. Now, it looks like my save states aren't working. So, give me just a second as I get back out of bounds. That's kind of... why aren't save states enabled by default? Anyway. I'm going to go ahead and go back over here. I'll show you the screw attack method again because it is the fastest method you can do over here. You go up here, screw attack up on this arm, jump backwards, and then over the wall over here. We're gonna go right, we're gonna go up. Till that door disappears, and then it should be safe for you to walk along this edge over here. Fall down, no big deal. Do the backup that I taught you. I'm gonna go on top of this door. Let it reposition us, at least. Transition to this room. Again, if you're starving for health, you can shoot these to get yourself some health back. That's a power bomb animation, apparently. This is supposed to be a super door, but I had to just shoot it to get back over to the other side. Alright, so let's say you don't have supers and you don't have seekers. Or you do have supers, but you don't have seekers. You can transition to War Ritual Grounds and then jump through the ground over here. You can peek War Ritual Grounds from over here. I can see that that's a missile. You can move up here. You can move all the way under it if you want to really be sure. That's no problem. Alright, we're going to move over to this door. There is an Aether box that is aligned with this door. So the moment we jump out to the right, we're going to be able to jump up along this wall. We need to transition over here. Go up here. And then up, up, and up again until you hit the ceiling, at which point you cannot jump any higher. Then we're going to make our way over to the seeker door over here. This is the whole point of doing this, is if you don't have seeker missiles, you can go over here. Ah, it already dropped me on top of the door. Bomb jump, and that should butter you through the ceiling. If you get morphed, that's no worries. Unmorph, and you should be at the door. Very good. Now, the other method, if you have supers but you don't have seekers, what you can do is make your way all the way over to this room, to Shrine Axis over here. You can shoot this eye with Charge Beam. And if you have Screw Attack, you can Screw Attack into this tunnel. What I've done here is I've wedged myself against this bit of collision while getting in front of this tunnel. So I'm like about straight in front of this tunnel right here. Gonna aim for about the middle. It doesn't have to be that precise, but about the middle of this tunnel. I'm gonna jump, and then my space jump is gonna be about at the bottom of this tunnel. And when I do that, when I screw attack forwards, it should get me into the tunnel like this. This takes a bit of practice with the screw attack. But once you get it down, this is a very nice and easy way to skip the seeker door over here. So once again, space jump, forwards, and screw attack. Now what I like to do, you don't have to do this. I believe you can just jump out from here. What I like to do is to walk forwards a bit into this tunnel until I have a vision, like a visual like this, so that I can see where I'm going. From here, I'm going to jump out and jump towards the stepping stones, as we call it over there. So we're going to go jump up and left, and on top of this stone right over here, these stones that are sticking out. So 1 is up here, 2 over here, and then from here we can jump towards the seeker door that's over there, up and left, and then you transition back. Don't need to do that, but it's easier when you have visual. Bomb, and through the ceiling we go. At which point you transition, and then you can go get your SDK hints. And I believe that is all of the methods to get this, to Sky Tapuki hints. Now remember, this is a little bit harder than most tricks, simply because it isn't out of bounds. But I believe that it is very, very valuable to know, because you can use it in almost every seed, and it makes it so that Seekers and Supers aren't hard required to finish your game. Alright, I believe that has been all of the tricks for Temple Grounds that I believe are easy / worth it enough to learn for the mentees. So thank you all for watching, and see you in the next one.